All right, let's talk about the future of work. We're diving into some really powerful data from Coursera and the World Economic Forum to map out what the job market is going to look like in 2030. And, more importantly, what you can do to get ready for it starting right now. Let's jump in.
So, let me just start by asking you this. It might be the single most important career question you can ask yourself right now. Things are changing so fast that just keeping up isn't enough anymore. It's really become a survival skill. So let's dig into the numbers and see what's really going on.
Okay, first things first. We have to get our heads around the sheer scale of what's happening. We're not talking about little tweaks here and there. We are right in the middle of a massive disruption, a total shakeup of the global job market.
Just look at this number. Let it sink in for a second. The World Economic Forum is saying that almost 6 out of every 10 workers on the entire planet will need to be retrained just to stay in the game. This isn't just a tech problem or a manufacturing problem. It's a challenge for literally all of us. And listen, this isn't about just learning a new piece of software. We're talking about a fundamental shift in the very core of what we do every day. Almost 40% of your key skills, the stuff you're good at right now, are expected to change or become obsolete in just the next few years. That's huge. And this is the number that really hits home. While yes, technology will create a bunch of new jobs, it could also get rid of 92 million existing ones. So it's not just change, it's a massive, massive reshuffling of the deck for the entire job market.
So what's behind all this? What's the main engine driving this incredible disruption? Well, more than anything else, it's the explosion of generative AI. It's being adopted everywhere, and it's creating a kind of modern-day gold rush for brand new skills.
And the demand for these skills? It's just off the charts. Take a platform like Coursera. In 2023, there was 1 GenAI course enrollment every minute. By 2025, that's projected to be 12 every single minute. I mean, that's an incredible acceleration. We've almost never seen anything like it.
And you better believe employers are paying attention. A staggering 94% say they're likely to hire someone who has GenAI credentials. But here's the real kicker. 3/4 of them would actually rather hire a less experienced person with AI skills than a more experienced one without them. That just flips the old rules of hiring completely on their head. So, what are people actually trying to learn? It's fascinating, really. You see this clear split. On one hand, you have individuals rushing to get the basics down, things like prompt engineering and how to use AI ethically. On the other hand, you've got companies who are just laser-focused on practical stuff that makes them more money and boosts efficiency right now. Okay, so what does all this look like in the real world? Let's get specific and look at the jobs that are growing like crazy and, well, the ones that are disappearing. And you can see the divide so clearly here. The jobs with the most growth are all about tech and data. AI specialists, data experts, fintech engineers. Meanwhile, the roles vanishing the fastest are the ones that can be easily automated. Data entry, administrative work, that kind of thing. This isn't a forecast. This is what's happening as we speak. All right, so we've laid out the challenge. Now for the most important bit. What in the world do we do about it? Let's talk about the new rules for building a successful career in this new era. This quote from the World Economic Forum really says it all. The biggest thing holding businesses back isn't a lack of money or a bad strategy, it's a lack of people with the right skills. For them, that's a huge problem. But for you, that's a massive opportunity.
So here it is, your 3-step action plan. First, you've got to embrace continuous learning as a part of life. Companies are totally ready to invest in it. Second, get those micro-credentials. Those little certificates and badges matter. 90% of employers will actually pay more for them. And finally, think skills first. Companies care more and more about what you can do, not just what degree you have.
Now, this whole thing isn't just about you and your career. Let's zoom out for a second, because this race for skills is a global competition. Entire countries are battling it out to see who can build the most future-proof workforce. And to figure out who's winning, Coursera came up with something called the AI Maturity Index. It's a really smart way of looking at this. It doesn't just look at who's learning about AI. It combines that with economic data to see which countries are actually ready to apply it and build new things with it.
And here are the current leaders of the pack. You've got Singapore at number 1, then Switzerland, the US, the UK, and Germany. What makes these countries special is that they've built entire ecosystems where new skills aren't just learned, they're immediately put to work to drive the economy forward.
And really, that brings it all home. That decision you make to learn a new skill doesn't just happen in a bubble. It's one small part of this giant global competition where talent has become the most valuable resource for innovation and economic power.
So at the end of the day, the data couldn't be clearer. The next decade is going to be all about our ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn. The race has already started. So the only real question left to ask is, are you ready to run?